Okay, hello, Gia.
Hello, Keisha. Hello, everybody.
Yes, hello, everybody. And before we get started, Gia, I would like to say
Oh,
hello to one of our listeners, Rachel, who left us a comment.
oh,
Um,
wow. Okay.
yeah, on our YouTube um,
Oh my
thing.
gosh, our new YouTube platform. That's
Yeah,
very exciting.
yeah, yeah. So this might get our conversation started. She had a couple of observations. One was that the women on General Hospital, when they have their purses, when they're carrying their purses, they seem light, as if they don't have anything in them generally. So that was,
I'm already liking Rachel a great deal.
I know, and it sort of echoed our general beef about when they're
The
carrying
coffee
to go
cups.
coffee cups, they always
Yes.
seem empty. Yeah.
Yep.
Although when they're
Okay.
in Bobby's now or any of the restaurants, they seem to have
Puppies.
food in front of them,
I
right?
know that seems kind of new. That does seem kind of new.
Yeah,
But
but
okay.
yet when they're carrying a to-go coffee cup, they can't bother to
Yeah,
put
they're
any
waving it
liquid in it.
around like they're waving it around like it's
Yeah, you could just
Kleenex
put
or something.
water in it, couldn't you? And would you still, I feel like you would still hold it differently if it was full of something,
Yeah, yeah, I believe it.
anything.
And so I haven't noticed that with the purses, but now I'm going to be watching for it. So okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
And I think the reason I hadn't noticed it is because I think you're aware of the fact that I don't carry a purse. Do you carry a purse? Do you saw you have a
I
bag, right?
I do. Yeah, I'd prefer to have something like I used to have like a little shoulder bag thing that was a
Uh-huh.
small.
Yeah.
But now it's just everywhere. You got to have your keys and your phone, and there's too many
Uh-huh.
things. So yeah, I
Uh-huh.
do now. I feel
Yeah.
badly about it.
Well, I don't think you should feel badly about it.
Well,
I
it's
just carry
annoying. It's
well,
annoying.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just carry like a little sleeve for my cards, which is made up of paper and packaging tape. And it's super feminine
And
and
you just keep it in your pocket. Like, where's your phone and where are your
well,
keys?
my phone's in one of my pockets too. Yeah, it's all
See,
pockets.
I'm too fat. I can't shove everything in my pockets, and
Oh,
then
jeez.
you can't sit down if you've got it in your pockets. And
Yeah,
uh,
I'm way chunkier than you these days, Gia.
what
So
about your chapstick? Uh,
I don't carry chapstick. I like the idea of carrying chapstick, but I can't. I'm not good at keeping up with like stuff like that.
Kleenex, paper towels,
Pockets, yeah, coat pockets,
just
yeah,
everything's pockets. Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah, right, yeah. But
yeah,
anyway,
sunglasses.
those are hanging
Glasses.
off
See, now I
my.
need to have glasses with me and sunglasses.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I just it's
my,
too much stuff. But
yeah.
so I have a couple of bags. I get them all at
Uh-huh,
Goodwill, so they're not,
uh-huh,
I'm not hurting
yeah.
anybody.
I,
Hopefully.
yeah, I don't think anyone's judging you for carrying a bag, Gia.
I well, I'm judging myself because I'd prefer not to. I like to be like free and easy, but I'm too nerved up. Like I gotta have every single possible item, like
Yeah,
for whatever might occur in my day.
yeah, uh-huh. I guess my
Yeah.
day nothing occurs in my days, so that's one reason I can travel
Well, like
light.
when you go somewhere, you just gotta have, they're like, "Do you have your insurance card?" Like, well, yeah, because I've got this bag, like, do you have your whatever? Like, otherwise, I just wouldn't have any of that stuff. But
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Anyway,
So
Rachel, good observation. And
yeah,
what
yeah.
else did you have?
Well, the other one was that she thought maybe there should be more doctors on the show that specialize in head injuries, which also seemed like a good
Because of
piece.
all the amnesia we have going on.
We have lots of amnesia. Yeah, a lot of people getting bonked,
Yep, yep. Okay,
there's various tumors. Occasionally, you'll see someone with a tumor.
right, right.
Franco, for instance.
Well, bravo, Rachel. These are good. I mean, I also like that she's involved in the minutia of the show.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
because
kind of
that's
where
where
I
we live.
reside. Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Yep. And I think just generally we would like to see just more doctors of any sort, right?
Yeah, more people in the hospital
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
anybody that's spent any time in a hospital knows that they're filled with people. They're filled as like the ninth circle of hell at all times of the day and
Yeah.
night.
I mean, that's where you get sick is at a hospital because of all the people,
Yeah,
right?
and if you're not sick, then you vowed to like I remember like vowing to become heart healthy like after spending time on the heart floor for a while, you
Yeah.
know.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But yeah, they're filled with people all the time. So more people milling through the hospital.
Yep. And I would just like more medical storylines. I feel like our
Yeah,
education, our
yeah.
medical education is sort of slipping now that we're not watching ER, you
I
know.
also feel like there should just be more. I mean, maybe I no, I've been in nice hospitals too. Like just more people like you hear people screaming or groaning or crying or throwing up or there's just like
Yeah. Yeah.
humanity is happening all the time
Yeah.
at a hospital.
Right. Right. Like GH is always very pristine and
It's
you get the feeling it
pristine,
probably
yeah.
doesn't even smell, you know.
Right, right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're not really giving I mean, I know it's a soap opera, it's not reality, but a little bit of a reflection of reality would be
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So,
So anyway, yeah. Thank you for getting
cool.
in touch with us, Rachel. We
I
appreciate
love it
that.
when people interact a little bit. That's groovy.
Yeah. So, all right. So there we have that. And now we've got Friday and Monday to talk about.
I
Um
wanted to talk about some people's hair too, and maybe we should do that
sure.
first.
Sure. Okay.
But now I can't remember. Oh, now I remember. I was trying very hard to decide today and probably Friday also.
Yeah.
I thought I couldn't decide whose hair I thought looked more like positively magnificent, Carly
Oh,
or
okay.
Ava.
Uh-huh. I guess it could be both, right? They could both be having a good hair
No,
day.
I like to make people make a hard decision. Like you only can choose one, you know?
Okay.
Well, Ava's been, I mean, Carly's hair doesn't look different than it has. It just,
Right.
she was having an extra good day.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
and I like how she kind of flips it under the other. Like sometimes she'll do a thing with her fingers and kind of flip it. So one
Uh-huh.
section gets tucked under another or something. I'm like, that never works for me. Mine's always
Yeah.
like poking straight out or something. Um,
Mhm.
but anyway, Ava seems to be growing hers out a little bit.
Yeah, I know, and I liked it when it was very short, but I think it looks good now too.
Yeah, she can kind of do whatever, but it's cool because it's
Mhm.
like she's almost reminding me of Blondie, Deborah
Uh-huh,
Harry.
Deborah Harry, yeah, uh-huh.
Like
Yeah, I
there's
could see
this like
that.
very whiteness of it, but there's like very dark underneath somehow.
And
That
also her
probably if you went
lips,
to real stylist, they probably know how to do that stuff. I don't know.
probably, Gia, but we'll never find that out, will we?
Not at Fantastic Sam's, you won't. Or the beauty school. Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there that
Yeah,
like
mhm.
I'm liking both their hair. I guess I'm gonna go with Ava if I have to choose.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, I think I would probably go with Ava also.
Okay.
Um But, on the same line, of hair, I was thinking the other day that, Laura's hair is quite long for a woman of her age, and
It
I think it looks
is. Yeah.
fine, right? And I don't
Yeah.
ever think, "Oh, she should be, going for a more age appropriate hairstyle."
No, I'm
Seems like
very
it
glad she
suits her.
doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
so
actually her hair's been looking very good too. Like it's very shiny.
mhm,
I don't know
mhm.
if that's a product or just good living, you know?
I don't know either, but my hair isn't looking very shiny these days. Uh,
Coconut oil. Well, my hair never looks shiny. You and I have hair that's not gonna be shiny because it's,
I guess
it's
so, yeah.
curly, it's wavy, it's
Yeah,
not gonna you
yeah.
gotta have like the Marsha Brady hair to have the
Right,
shiny.
yeah, like those planes, like a solid plane of hair.
Right, or like
Mhm.
Esme's hair was that
Yeah,
super
yeah,
straight.
mhm,
But yeah, and I'm very glad because yeah, a lot of women it seems like they reach a certain age. Like my mother-in-law, like when I first met her,
mhm.
she had hair kind of almost to her shoulder,
Mhm.
And then somehow, without my noticing, she morphed into like a May, you know,
Yeah. Right.
and it
Yeah.
was like that short, frosted, overly permed ball,
Uh-huh.
you
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like
Mm.
you pass a certain point, and that's what they do to you if you go to a beauty place, beauty salon.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, some of these people, like, I would say even Laura seem sort of ageless, you know?
Mhm.
And if I would say the same about Felicia. I don't really think about how old she is either, you know? She
Yeah, her
seems just
hair's looking very nice too. She had it like
yeah.
she
Yeah.
almost looked like Farrah the other day.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
like a little on a little cloud nine of pretty hair right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not literally, that would be gross, kind of like to be on a cloud of hair,
A
but
cloud of hair. That reminds me of some of the hotels you stayed at, right?
exactly the ball of hair. Oh,
Oh, dear.
um,
But, anyway, yeah, so good hair. We've had some good
good
hair
hair.
lately.
So shout out to your stylist. So I guess we're
Yeah.
saying prop people
Mhm.
pick up your game,
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
stylists keep up the good work.
Yes, keep up the good work. Kudos. I also, would say that, Carly in the scene today with John, Cates, right?
John, not Jagger,
Not
John.
Jagger, yeah.
Yeah.
She looked tired, and I thought that was in keeping with her character because she's
Well,
sort of
she's been fighting with
fighting with her big-handed man,
and
and,
she just put out her only issue of a
first
magazine, and she's running Bobby's
yeah,
and
yeah,
all of that. Yeah.
yeah, so that seems like she should be tired. I was also thinking, I don't know a ton about putting out a magazine. I think everything I've learned has been from watching Ugly Betty
Oh,
and,
right. I love that show. I remember
yeah,
that show.
a very
Yeah.
good show, but it always seemed like it was a ton of work, you know, and you couldn't, like, take a day off from the magazine, you know, and I just I don't quite get how she
I feel like I have to explain to both you and my husband, who will pass through and he'll be like, "That's not really how that happens," like if it's some legal something or other, and I'm like, "Okay, all right, be be gone, be gone." But you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit,
You
like it's
do?
like when you're reading magical realism.
I know. Well, it just seems like she and, what's his name, Drew, have been a bit nonchalant about, what's gonna
Finding
happen
a
to the
replacement
magazine.
or what's happening,
Yeah, and I
right,
know this
right,
just
yeah.
happened. But he should be
But
scrambling.
you're sort of stressed about it for
I'm
them.
stressed about it. I feel like the clock is ticking, you know, they only have a
Mm.
month. They should have all this stuff lined up, you know, months
Yeah,
in advance,
yeah.
really. But anyway, yeah, I can't relax
No, you're
about
right,
that.
you're right, that's a good point. I was just thinking about talking animals, though, and a quick sidebar. Um,
You were just thinking about talking animals? Okay.
well, because I was saying when in magical realism, you have to, like, buy
Uh-huh.
whatever, like, if they're talking animals,
Uh-huh.
anyway, so
You
on
just
my
like
walk
talking animals.
I do like talking animals. You got me there. But no, on my walking route, I sometimes get whistled at by this one apartment complex. And I don't look over because I'm like, damn it, it's like so tiresome to think that they're like workmen or something, you
Uh-huh.
know, giving me a hard time. But I
Yeah.
looked over recently and it's a bird. There's a big cage with a
What a blow. What a blow that must have been. What
no, I felt good.
what's
I was like, first of all, I felt, safer,
yeah,
but then I also
okay.
I felt, like I'm seen. I felt seen, you know.
I don't yeah, I'm
So
just gonna
apparently on nice days, these people must put their bird out to enjoy a little fresh air. And it's
Yeah.
catcalling people in the street, but
I don't I'm just gonna let that hang there.
I lead an exciting life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, boy. Wow, I didn't see that
okay.
coming.
I didn't either. I'm almost crying though. Um, okay, what were we talking about? Oh, stressing about the magazine. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I
Um,
don't know if the depth of my hatred for Drew
yeah,
can grow anymore. You know,
yeah.
I couldn't have hated him more than I did today. I was like, oh,
I know. I he just needs to have his lights punched out, doesn't he? By,
something's
like
got to
by a
give
little
here.
girl or even, a grown woman. Just somebody needs to punch that guy in the face.
I don't
Um,
know,
did
but
you so you didn't enjoy his conversation with, Curtis?
that was like bro. Um,
I
just
know.
it was just. And then I kept thinking about, hey, would you call the gym vulvas or something like that? And
Yeah.
I was
Uh-huh.
like, I was wishing that that was what was painted up on the wall, because that would be funny for them to have that behind them.
Yeah.
Um, no, I did not. I also
Yeah.
another point that because you had highlighted this last time, you talked about Curtis and Portia finally sort of
Mhm.
reconsummating their relationship
Mhm.
post Curtis's uh, miracle surgery,
Right. Mhm.
and we were debating whether or not, like, I'm pretty darn sure that they said he was functional down
Yeah.
there
You
pre-surgery.
yeah, you can't remember, to be honest, so you could be right there.
Yeah, well, I could be making that up, but I I I thought that when she got dressed up in her little teddy and stuff and was sort of like, we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
still,
Uh-huh.
that he was
Right.
like, even though I'm,
Right, right. Uh-huh. That's
whatever. I don't
true.
remember what the.
She did try to get sexy.
Yeah, she tried to have
Uh-huh.
sexy time, but anyway, I I I thought it was really gross and smutty the way he conveyed that information to
Yeah,
Rue. I
I
was like, "What
know.
are you doing? That's gross and private." And I don't
Yeah,
know.
it seemed like it was not quite like the same sort of enlightened Zen Curtis that he's
Right? Yeah, it
presenting himself
was.
as. It was like going low, like he's just a bro, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it was very like, if you know what I mean. It was
Yeah.
like, ew, we
High
do, and you're
five.
disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
It's
don't
kind of
know. I mean, I don't know what I want. I guess I am a hard person to
to
please
please.
because, you know, what do I want? I want the men to talk. I want men to be friends and talk, and
Yeah,
um,
yeah. Mhm,
I
mhm.
guess they should be allowed to share uh, intimate details about their sex lives. I don't know, but
But I
just the
feel like
way it
even
was done was
yeah,
like yucky.
he I feel like he could have said so many things, and you could have just gathered from that, that everything was good, or not even. I mean, I'm not sure that's the most important part of reconnecting, because
Right, right.
they'd been sort
I'm.
of estranged for a while, like in a lot of different ways. So, just seems like
Yeah,
the physical
I don't
part
know.
is only one aspect of it.
It
Um,
struck a really wrong note in my head when it
yeah,
happened, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
yuck. The
And
whole
do you
thing was
remember,
yucky.
like, back in the days of Sonny and Jason when they would have their their sensitive talks, for mobsters? They would never have said anything like that,
No,
And they're like
no.
men's men, right?
Right. No, they like that stuff would be very private for them, I would think,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So,
mm. Yeah,
yeah, I
anyway,
don't
no, I
know.
did not enjoy that today. But sorry, I got
No.
us on today. Did you have an agenda or a direction or a structure? Anything? What do you got?
Anything. I had squat. In fact, the things I had, I keep forgetting and then having to search my mind to
Mm.
remember, and it's happening again. Was thinking about, the girls, about Blaze. Oh, here, yeah, this is
Oh
what
yeah,
I was
yeah, yeah.
thinking.
Oh right, we had
Yeah.
the sex scene and then the morning after
Yeah.
today. Right. Yeah.
And yeah, so Friday we had the initial part of the sex scene, right? And then we had the sort of usual furor online from people who think this is disgusting,
Well,
and you
did you
shouldn't have to
see
see this.
like the only one I look at is the one I really like, which is General Hospital
Snark.
Snark on
Yeah.
Facebook. So
Yeah.
shout out to you, General Hospital Snark. I
Yeah.
love you. Um,
Yeah.
and they just made a big post about like, look, if you're gonna say anything negative,
Mhm.
nasty,
Mhm.
anti LGBTQ,
DQ
did I get them all?
plus.
Um,
Yeah.
plus, um, then just don't, or because we're gonna delete any of that, and so I
Yeah.
gather that had
Uh-huh.
happened, but I didn't. Did you see actual?
Oh, it was all the same stuff, and there's always people who try to rile up these people, so I'm not sure that's helping. I mean, maybe they think it's good to just get them out there and expose them.
I think it's so
But I was
sad. It's so
it is
sad that
sad.
why aren't we past this? You
Well,
know
I was thinking, Gia,
what? Oh no, what?
I know, no, I know it's not funny, and it is disappointing, this whole sort of hatred of this stuff. But I was thinking, you and I have the same reaction to like Robert getting busy with Diane, you know.
So
So
I should be
is
called out
that
for my
better?
ageism. Okay.
I know,
So
I
here's
know.
here's what I'm going to defend myself a little bit. I
Okay.
mean, I think you got me. Yes, yes,
And
good.
and me too, me too. I also cringe at that. I cringe at lots of things. It doesn't really matter if it's men and men, women and women, men and women, but at Robert, Diana, it's like,
Like,
oh,
well, here's the thing. Like, I don't cringe at all at the women and women or the men and men. Although to be honest, I
mhm.
don't feel like we've seen as much men and men. Like, even when I'm thinking about like
No,
Brad and did we ever see them like go to
yeah,
bed? I think we
I
saw them
don't think
kiss or
so.
embrace, but
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
right.
know
And
if we've ever.
Felix,
Yeah, I
I
don't feel
think
like
you're
I've
right.
ever. Yeah, so it'd be
Hmm.
interesting to see how that went down. Like,
Right,
um,
right. Yeah.
but I thought this scene with Blaze and Christina was like
Hmm.
smoking hot. I was like, well done.
Yeah,
Um,
I thought it was well done too, and also I think what helped me, like, sort of buy it was I thought the dialogue beforehand seemed like, it was sort of appropriate, and I
I don't
believed
remember what were
Blaze.
they saying.
Well, Blaze was just, like, pretty much expressing how much she loved Christina without using the word love. I mean, she just seemed like she was like all the way, into her. And I thought, well, gosh, who wouldn't love to have somebody feel that way about you, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
anyway, I think my feelings about the Robert Diane thing are number
mhm.
one. I just don't think that. Well, this is not part of my. Well, it is a little part of my objection. I think they've made Robert kind of a jerk lately,
Yeah, yeah, Diane deserves much better than
and
the
so yeah,
Robert
so I feel like Diane
she's
deserves
yeah.
better. But then
Mhm.
I just think the writing should be
Mhm.
made um, to like be more sensitive to the age of these people.
Mhm. Mhm.
And if they incorporated that and incorporated humor and
Mhm.
uh even just a delicate hand with
Yeah.
what a 77-year-old is
Mhm.
probably like in a love scene,
Mhm.
it's not, I
Yeah.
don't know,
And
then
we
I
haven't
might buy
had
it.
any real expressions of fondness, really. It doesn't seem like they've expressed that very much. They're always sort of in this kind of tug of war of who, whether or not he's like fully
Right,
present
fully
and,
committed or not. Yeah,
yeah.
they're casting them as if they're still in their 20s, 30s, or 40s,
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
they're,
Where this
you
is
know,
just kind of casual almost,
yeah.
and I
Well,
don't
and
think
even
it
that
would
would be
be.
okay. Like, I suppose the people of that age, and anybody's allowed to be casual about it. That's fine by me. But like,
Mhm.
if they're gonna have them get sexy, like incorporate the like, okay, but let's make sure, that we meet at the hotel before 5 because I get sleepy, you know. Like,
I- and I'd like to do it before the buffet.
yeah, I mean, we're being ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they could
Yeah,
even incorporate
yeah,
stuff about like I can't do that position anymore at this age or whatever, and have them be funny about it. I
yeah,
think it could be a
yeah.
great opportunity to.
Yeah, I mean, that would be brand new, fresh territory, and they could have some fun with it. It's too bad they seem to want to
Rather
just
than
like,
being so juvenile, like,
yeah, yeah,
you used to
hmm
love Holly, and no, you used to, it's like, oh
yeah,
God, like,
yeah, yeah,
or even have them
mm-hmm.
talking about like how great it is to still get excited at this advanced age, and maybe I didn't know I was still able to,
Hmm.
feel this
Hmm.
way and or whatever, because things
Yeah,
change as you get old. Like your body
yeah,
change, everything changes. I hate to tell
yeah.
you people out there.
Not really in a good way either.
Yeah, I saw some funny Instagram post today where some woman, like, how people like check their children's height on a door frame,
Yeah.
right there, and she was like marking the where her boobs were landing as she got older, like
Uh-huh.
the sinking.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
anyway, so well, that to get back to the hatred online, that's a shame.
Mhm.
And
It
I'm always kind of
is.
I'm shocked that that's in this day and age. I mean, maybe do you think is it a more sort of conservative bunch that is attracted to soaps? Is that I don't know. I'm just guessing. I really don't know. I mean, they're kind of an old-fashioned thing.
Yeah, I don't know either, Gee. I think their viewers are probably all over the map these days, you know? It's funny to think that there would be a show that could attract so many different types of people, you know?
Yeah, I
But,
don't know. I just find it. I have a hard time believing that. I don't know. Maybe I run in different circles, but I just don't really know anybody that would object to anybody being gay in this day and age.
mhm.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like and what difference does it make if you object to it? Like they are gay, whether you
Mhm.
object to it or not. Like
Yeah. It's not like they were just waiting to hear your
yeah,
opinion,
like oh,
and
you
now they'll
object to that, then we won't sleep together, and I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, then that brings us to, Blaze's mother, who was not at all what I expected.
well, not really the right age, first of all. So
Right, number
poor
1, and but
casting.
also and yeah, and did she say it was her mom who was conservative, or was it more her grandmother that she thought would object? I can't
I
remember,
thought
but
she
I thought
meant
it
the
was
whole
everybody. Yeah,
family. Yeah.
yeah.
It was
So,
I thought that scene was poorly, poorly done
yeah, it was
myself.
because, well, she seemed very rude to,
Yeah.
Christina, number 1.
And would you come in, I was trying to think like anybody coming in and finding a woman at the hotel room of your daughter, like you wouldn't
Mhm.
immediately like what was it she thought she was doing there? Like
Yeah.
if you didn't suspect that if you so you have no clue your daughter's gay and
Mhm.
you find a woman in her
Mhm.
room, wouldn't you think like, oh, it's a friend? Oh, like
Yeah.
why was she so hostile?
Yeah, I know that seemed like right out of the gate, she's just sort of a bitch. That didn't.
Yeah, it was weird. It was just
Mhm.
really heavy-handed and poorly written, I thought.
Mhm.
And the mommy was really wearing thin. Mommy, it was like, really?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I know she didn't look much older than Blaze, did she?
no, is she somebody we're supposed to know, like a fan favorite or something? Is that because I
Well,
thought, well, maybe they brought her on because we're all supposed to know her and.
yeah, they have been talking about this actress coming on, and her name didn't ring a bell with me. I don't know what she's known for, but it wasn't enough to carry the scene.
No. Oh, hey, I saw very, very young Kim Delaney on the LA Law that I was sleeping through the other night.
Ah, uh-huh.
Super young. It's funny how
Uh-huh.
these people appear through the years, you're like,
Yeah.
"Hey!" But she, they really let that character drop, huh?
Yeah, that's true,
Like
isn't it? Yeah.
Chase is engaged.
Mhm.
She's Chase's mother that loves him
Right,
so,
right.
and
Yeah,
she'd
she
be
just
around for
vanished.
something.
Yep, yep,
She's somewhere with
true.
Taggart.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true, isn't it? Out
Yeah.
there with Taggart on an island with all the other characters, also with Brad, probably.
Brad, right. Yep, yep.
Mhm.
Okay, well, what
Yeah.
else happened? So, yeah, we
And
had that big
Liesel.
scene.
Liesel.
Liesel, right?
Yes, Liesel.
But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna just give like a huge thumbs up to the lesbian sex scene. I thought that was
Mhm.
really well done. I thought it was
Mhm.
hot. I can't imagine. I mean, sometimes those scenes seem like you're like kind of like, I wish I could fast forward just because it's
Yeah,
like awkward watching people, and they're,
yeah.
I don't know. But I thought this
Mhm.
was well done, and
Mhm.
I thought they were cute in the morning. At first, I was like, she's gonna make eggs Benedict, and then I was like, oh, they're in
I
a
know,
hotel. I'm like,
I
wow.
know.
I was ready to be super impressed.
Mhm.
I don't even
Yep.
know what it actually is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't either, but I don't think I could make it. Has
I don't think
hollandaise
I've had
sauce,
it.
right?
There's a sauce. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
sauce that's the problem. Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Mm.
Um, yeah, well, and then I was thinking, so Christina doesn't have to, like, be anywhere really. She's also got, like, 2 pretty demanding jobs right now, and
Right, right,
somehow
right.
she's
Yeah,
got plenty
yeah,
of time. I'm just a little envious, I guess, of these people who have,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh,
jobs, yep,
well, then let's
free time.
stay on her then and back up to the because we had the big
Oh, yeah, 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 the sonogram or whatever
sonogram
scene.
scene with
Mhm.
Molly and
Molly and TJ.
TJ.
Mhm,
I
and
think they're
Doctor
making.
Navarro, who we
Yeah, I
like.
know you like Dr. Navarro.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Um, I think they're making TJ a little unlikable lately too.
Yeah, he doesn't have much going on really as far as personality, does he?
No, and they use him to say negative things about Christina,
Mm,
to
mhm,
voice negative
mhm.
things.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I know that whole thing is gonna be very fraught.
yeah, you think? But it was just so it was like, oh, okay, here we go. But we're starting right
Yeah,
off with it
yeah, yeah.
like so you just know they're setting up to, Blaze and Christina are going to want to keep that baby for
Mhm,
themselves.
yeah, Blaze was some of the things she was saying, I know she was
Mm.
being supportive, but it did seem like she was, kind of enabling Christina to
About the baby thing. Yeah.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit more so maybe than she should have, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to keep it all very like all the time
Clinical.
like yeah, clinical, this baby is
Mhm,
not yours. Like
mhm.
have that, so on the refrigerator posted in the
Yeah,
bathroom
you're
wherever,
merely an oven, you
you are an
know,
ant and that's it. Like
appliance, she's an appliance.
you're an appliance, keep it together, for God's sake.
Yeah, I don't know how much of, Blaze's mother I don't know how long she's gonna be around, but if I don't know if I want a lot of that sort of negative drama and shit, you know?
It's weird that they remember when they had our little storyline with what's his name?
Yes, yes, uh-huh.
Adam, and that like he's just disappeared now. But and the
Mhm.
father came in, and that was so
Mm.
heavy-handed. I feel like that's what
Yeah,
we're doing
yeah, yeah, you're right.
with this
Mhm.
character too. Like they can't. There's no finesse involved here.
Right, and
Um,
so what is the point then? I'm not
I don't know.
sure.
Like, do they think we can't? Like, it's like they're doing this for like very broad strokes.
Mm,
Like
mhm.
they can't do any nuance, or we won't get it.
Right,
You
right,
know.
yeah. And while we have shown that we're quite thick in many
We
ways, I think we
frequently
can
are
handle a bit of
thick as a
nuance
brick. Yeah.
as a brick, yeah. And it would be a little more interesting, and I guess it's premature maybe to say this,
Mm.
but if, let's say, her mother could have been a lovely woman who's just very conservative and maybe has led a sheltered life, and somehow, like, her religion or whatever, her upbringing has sort of sort of molded her into this person who doesn't think she could tolerate, a gay child, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But then,
Right, right. Not just have her be like a villain.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, because
I
we're
I
already
I
just against her.
I was talking to a friend just the other day, a guy friend,
Mhm.
who has
Was
an
this
adult.
was this was this another parrot?
No, it was a real person. And anyway, his daughter is gay,
Uh-huh,
and he was he's totally fine with it, but he was like it was a little hard to absorb,
uh-huh.
finding that out,
Y
like I said, well, how old was she when she told you? And he was like 24 or something like, and
Wow, huh,
he said
uh-huh.
everybody around said like, what are you blind? Like,
Uh-huh.
but he said it wasn't that he objected. It was just that, you have different kind of ideas in your head of what your child's life will be like or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And so
right,
it was just
right.
kind of, he had to kind of retune his,
Mhm.
what he thought was going to happen.
Yep, yep.
Um, but he wasn't like being a bigoted, nasty, hate filled,
Mhm, mhm.
um, and so, right, could they play this woman more like that? Like, oh, you know,
Yeah,
I
right.
pictured your big wedding with the bride and groom on the cake or whatever,
Mhm,
something that
mhm,
just
mhm.
a little sadness on the mother's part to have to let
Yeah,
go of the vision she had,
right, right,
uh,
exactly, yeah.
but
Mhm,
not like you're dead to me. Although I know that all that happened, so it's not
mhm.
sadly, it's not unrealistic to
Right.
have people, just their parents or family just turn away from them completely.
Mhm.
Um, but it would be more interesting, yes, if you, like you said, if she was a nice conservative woman that just kind of
Mhm.
was kind of like blown away by this news that maybe she had never even suspected, you know?
Yeah, yeah, so we'll see, I guess. I mean, it just seems like you said, that they dealt with her in such a heavy-handed way. I don't know how they're
Yeah,
gonna change her now from this sort of shrill,
yeah,
bossy woman that she seems to be. And all
right.
this stuff about, like, how, like, bringing her this coconut pudding or whatever it was,
Oh
and,
yeah, that was
like,
so like
not knowing her at
that was
all,
like
you
when
know?
you write your very first short story and you're trying to like
Yeah. Yeah.
what can I use for
Yeah.
symbolism,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, very bad,
Yeah.
very bad.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
I
everything they
understand we have
threw in there.
the new writers. I think I saw somewhere like a date, a March something date
Ah,
when we'd
okay.
be seeing
Uh-huh.
our first episodes, and I thought, will we?
Oh,
I think
okay.
it is
Yeah.
coinciding with the return of Jason.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we'll have to see if we notice a shift. But like we didn't really ever figure out when the former writers came back after the strike. So I don't know if we're bright
Right.
enough to really.
True. Yeah, and it seems like they've always done some things well and some things not so well,
Yeah,
so
like
it is
all of
kinda
us,
hard to,
really.
like all of us, yeah,
Like all of
but,
us. Like I don't do well at cognitive tests. I passed by
same.
the locked up cabinet. I was at Walgreens today, and I passed by the locked up cabinet of Prevagen and Nariva, and
They don't have to lock it up here.
oh, they don't lock it. They have it locked here. I'm like, wow.
Uh-huh.
Um, 60 something bucks for the
Y
Prevagen. So, you know,
yeah, yeah,
maybe if
it's a
I
lot.
win a little money or something, we could try that one. But man, that's a
Maybe.
lot for.
Yeah. It
I
is a
mean, and the
lot, so
Nariva was like I didn't look at the different Narivas, but some probably just different sizes. But they were
mhm.
30s to 40s, so it's a
Yeah,
little.
yeah, they have some gummies and they have the capsules and stuff. They
Oh,
have a
I see. So just
variety.
different,
Yeah,
different
yeah, uh-huh.
delivery systems. All right.
Yep, yep, but,
Too bad
anywho.
they don't have like a Twizzler or something or like a little. Like, remember those little, like, straws of just straight sugar that you'd rip the
Yeah,
top off and, like,
pixie
pour that
sticks.
yeah,
Yeah.
pixie sticks, like, something like
Mhm,
that.
mhm, mhm.
Just shoot that puppy right in
Yeah,
there. Mm-mm-mm.
right in there, yeah.
Anyway, okay, what else you got? Sorry, I feel like I'm dominating. What does it matter?
No, no, you're not, Gia. I think we've covered a lot of
Mm,
ground, but let's see. Well, we had a couple of I guess, mildly interesting things. We had Sonny talking with Spinelli
Oh, right. Yeah. In his PJs and
in his
sweatshirt. That was cute.
PJs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't get the nature of this job, right? That Sonny was asking
No,
him to do yet. So,
no.
but that does seem like that sort of also seems to be a part of the setup for Jason's
Right.
return,
That's the
maybe.
kind of the foreshadowing of the Jason
Yeah.
return. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
will be fun to see the three of them together again.
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe.
If Jason comes back as like just plain old
Yeah.
Jason, you know.
Is he going to be the Stone that's calling himself Stone now? That's going to be like some weird avenging angel or something? Or
I don't know. I don't know what's
like he's
going
going to
on
clean
there.
up the streets or something? Or,
Right, right.
I don't
So do
know.
you think Cyrus was being honest when he told
I
Anna
doubt it.
Dante like what that O'Neill guy said to him when Heather
Look
sort
at
of
you with the names. O'Neill. Wow.
I'm really having to dig deep here.
Yeah.
Cause you know, he was off to the side with that O'Neill guy when Heather was,
Right.
you know, throwing her
Right. That it's
fit.
a ghost. What did he say? It was a ghost. It was like a,
Yeah, which is
yeah.
kind of like sort of what makes sense in a way if the
If
name
it's
Stone,
Jason.
you know, or if it's, let's say, if it is this John Cates guy, the not Jagger guy,
Yeah.
um avenging, you know, whatever Sonny
Is
did,
he
you
still
know.
avenging Karen? Is that what he's
Yeah,
doing?
that's what I'm wondering. Like, and he just in Stone's name, kind of. I don't know. I don't really understand that, but
I don't know. I like that it added like kind of a spooky element.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I
But
don't know.
then I
I like
thought,
Cyrus. Cyrus is he's like a trickster figure, you know.
I know. Yeah, he's just such a sneaky bastard.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I wasn't sure if
I like
maybe
a
he
sneaky
could have
bastard.
just made something up.
Well, certainly because nobody else heard it, because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
melee ensued. Although I do
Mhm.
like the way Heather just appears wherever the hell she wants, whenever the hell she wants, just
I know.
with
Yeah,
her hair all,
she's just
in
roaming
disarray. And yeah.
everywhere just freely, you
And
know?
she's just such a wily little like ragamuffin,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
orange jumpsuit. She's such a skinny little.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I feel sympathy for her rage every time she goes into the.
Yeah.
I think that's real. I don't think she's
Mhm.
uh
Right, right.
spinning anything there. I think she's truly
Mhm.
grieving. And
Yeah, and I had to think for a minute, "Alright, so how is Cyrus to blame?" And then I remembered, yeah, I had completely forgotten that Esme had gone to him,
yeah,
and,
yeah. I mean, that wasn't
but
really all that accurate to
yeah,
pin it on
I
him, but
not really, no, but
but anyway, I just she's so good at she's just good. She's a good
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Um, well, we also had the scene, kind of a good scene with Nina and Ava first, and then
Uh-huh.
Sonny appearing at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
Um,
and already it's out there that Ava and Sonny are closer than Nina is comfortable with, right? Where
sure, yeah,
there's
yeah.
enough there for her to be jealous of.
I'd love it if she stopped over and they were like on the couch, sharing a bowl of popcorn in their PJs.
Under a blanket together,
We under a
watching a
blanket watching
movie.
something on Hulu. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cute, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would
Because
be, yeah.
they've got to
Uh-huh.
be bumping into each. I mean, we only see them dressed in their full regalia all the time, but they're in the same apartment. They got to bump into each other in their PJs at some point.
Yeah, and speaking of apartments that we like and don't like, that apartment seems so claustrophobic all of a sudden, doesn't it? That little
Yeah,
front
and
area. It's
those
just,
horrible heads. Yeah.
yeah, it just seems like I don't know, there's nowhere to move around there.
Yeah.
So,
We got into Maxie's kitchen today. I feel like that's the first time we've been in there.
mhm, mhm, yeah,
Um, I kind of liked it,
yeah, mhm.
yes, as the
So,
kitchens go. It looked
yeah,
reminiscent of Elizabeth's place, but not quite the
mhm,
same. But
yeah, yeah,
we've got Maxie and Spinelli. heating
Yeah.
up, maybe. We don't know.
We don't know, yeah, and we don't know if they'll feel like they've gotta do that little sort of dance before
Yeah,
they
she's a little
make
gun
the
shy or
find.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, so we'll see,
yeah.
but,
I approve. I can't remember what is their ship name. What are they called?
um, hmm, I don't know. Do they have one?
I'm sure they do. They must have. Spinaxi or something. I don't know. I can't. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know, but I'm okay with it too, I think.
Okay, all right. I like that. He's sticking around. I hope he
Yeah.
stays.
Yeah. Oh, one scene that I kind of liked, which was from Friday, I think, when Tracy had dinner with the boys, with Finn, Chase,
Oh,
and Gregory.
yeah. I have mixed feelings.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Well, I
What
did
are
that dinner scene was nice. It was actually,
Mhm.
it felt like, oh, like that's nice that they're all like
Mhm.
warm with each other and
Mhm.
um I just don't know if I like Tracy being like kind of, mooning over Gregory
Yeah,
now and
pining.
I don't know. Yeah, pining.
Yeah.
That seems a little. Did
Mhm.
she pine over her other? I mean, she and Luke had like a really stormy, off and on
Yeah.
fighting kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think she would ever wanna be considered someone who pines over anyone, but
it
maybe
makes
this
her
is
seem
part of.
weaker.
Yeah, I think, yeah, and I that makes me a little sad for her to be in this sort of
Right.
new
Right.
position, maybe
Yeah.
it's part of her just aging and being a
Mellowing
little
a
more
little.
lonely,
Yeah.
having experienced a lot of loss. But I like the idea of her hanging out with these men because I feel like she's probably more comfortable with men in a way than women, you know?
Yeah, she's because she's always laying down the law with the women or taking over their company or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
But
know
yeah,
she
she does
likes
seem
Finn and yeah, and
yeah,
Gregory
she's like
and
an honorary member of the Chase
yeah, it seems like
the
that's where
Gregory.
she can
Yeah.
kind of just sort of not feel like she has to prove that she's like the strongest woman or something,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I
I
like
like
her.
that. Yeah.
I would I would go to lunch with her in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just kind of have mixed feel. I just don't want to see like her be all sad and heartbroken over, I think they're just leading up to when they off Gregory, it's going to be a tragedy for Tracy.
Yeah, I just it bums me out now. They've made him a more likable character,
Well,
and he's
there's
brought
always a
out such a nice side of
misdiagnosis.
her. Yeah,
Because
I feel like if
Finn
sh
will find a tropical disease that he can
Right,
cure. But
right. It's
you
a
know,
new sort of tapeworm. Maybe Gregory will have some raw meat hovering in front of his mouth for
Mm,
just a few beats too long, and that will draw out the tapeworm.
right, like you do, but you always got the raw meat hovering in front of your mouth. Well, how would that be happening? Raw meat hovering in front of you?
I don't know.
My mother used to like take little pieces of raw hamburger and eat it while she was like making hamburger stuff.
Yeah, I
That always
think
I always feel like she must have been terribly anemic and her body was telling her like,
uh-huh.
eat that before you fall down.
Oh, the body.
Or maybe she was a vampire or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, that's
But
another
I'd see it and I'd
possibility.
be like, what did I just see there? You know? Just like,
Oh, yeah. Yuck. Yeah, the things we would eat also just as kids. Gross.
oh yeah, the hamburgers that like I don't know if your mom ever made the hamburgers where they'd mix the packet of onion soup in, like that was a big thing in the 70s. Like it's a new recipe.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
tried that sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big.
Uh, yeah. Ugh.
Hmm.
Um
Anyway, yeah, it could be a different tapeworm
Mhm.
situation. There sure are
Yeah.
lots of different worms that could be affecting
Yeah,
her.
there's always gonna be a new worm. Um
Yeah.
But, also, I think I like Tracy and Gregory more as a couple, I think, than I do Alexis and Gregory.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Um,
That's maybe part
and
of
I
my issue
yeah,
there.
I'm not objecting to them being a couple. I just don't want to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
Tracy,
yeah.
in this sort of weak, like sad
Mhm.
puppy position where she's,
Yeah.
feeling like she can't be herself, you know.
Mhm.
It just
Yep,
doesn't seem
yep.
like her. It seems like she just like boldly announced, like, "I have feelings for you, Gregory," or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Having pants feelings for you.
That would be good. 'Cause she does wear pants.
It's true. Yeah, she's a pants kind of gal. Yeah. Do
Mhm.
we ever see her in dresses? I don't know if I have.
I don't
Probably way
know.
back in the day, but
Yeah, I don't know, but,
anyway. Anywho,
anywho,
all right.
yeah.
Well, did we cover enough? I feel like we covered a
I
lot.
think we did,
Yeah.
yeah, for a couple of days. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, thanks again to Rachel for the fun comments. I'm going to
Yes.
keep my eye on the purse situation now, the
Yeah, that'll
handbag.
give us something else to pay attention to. Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
Mhm. Yeah. Alright, Gia.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
I don't know what I was going to do next because I don't have any Nariva left, but I guess I'm going to sign off and go do something.
Go do something? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go do something too.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a lovely evening, whatever it is.
You too. Yeah, and I'll talk to you in a few days.
Okay. See ya.
Alright, bye.